With over 20 years of operations in Nigeria, Oilserve Limited provides services to multinationals and local oil and gas companies. It was incorporated in 1992 and launched operations in 1995. Since then, it has made notable contributions to the oil sector in Nigeria.
Oilserve is an EPC company, and EPC primarily means engineering, procurement, and construction. But it did not start as an EPC company. It started as purely a construction company. And Oilserve started activities in 1995, though incorporated in 1992. And Oilserve has built up capacity since then and expanded further beyond just offering EPC activities. We've expanded into other areas of business, most of them within the confines and ambit of oil and gas industry, and then a couple, which is quarrying and mining on one hand, and then agriculture on the other hand, outside the oil and gas industry.
Oilserve Limited is currently working on the largest gas transmission pipeline system in Nigeria. The project is part of Nigeria's gas master plan. The pipeline covers a distance of 128 kilometers. Oilserve is working on 65.1 kilometers of the project, using pipes with a minimum length of 14 meters and 48-inch diameter.
We call it OB3 in a nutshell, but OB3 actually means Obia for Obricon, for OBOB, and then Oben, which is a pipeline that starts from OB all the way to Oben. And it's a major pipeline that is meant to deliver at its highest capacity 2 billion standard cubic feet of gas a day to evacuate gas from the eastern sector of Nigeria, as far as the gas master plan is conceived, all the way to the western part and be able to link up with the Escravos to Lagos pipeline to deliver gas to Lagos on one hand, and also be able to move gas all the way to the northern part of Nigeria. Now, it is the most important pipeline as far as gas distribution is concerned today, because without the pipeline, it will be difficult to move capacity into the existing pipelines and then also be able to feed the northern part of Nigeria, which today does not have any gas distribution system.
We've commenced the lowering. We've done about 24 kilometers, and the lowering will continue, and then that will be followed with tying, because there are areas that we need to break and continue. And so we are progressing very well on that project, and the client recognizes that we're doing something that, in quote, is unimaginable for a Nigerian company to do.
The company is using the automatic welding system to ensure better quality. So far, it has completed welding of the line pipes, which accounts for 70% of the project. It is expected that the project will be completed by July 2017. The OB3 project is one of many firsts recorded by the company.
Nowhere in Africa has a 48-inch pipeline ever been built up till today. This is the first of its type. So when you talk about EPC as a scope of activity, this is significant because no company has built such a pipeline in Africa. What it means is that Oilserve has moved to the highest level of the industry by being able to engineer and construct, including commissioning of the pipeline. We have gone above every other company existing or doing projects in Africa today. And for us also, it's more meaningful in the sense that we are contributing very positively to the development of Nigeria.
Oilserve is the first and only indigenous Nigerian company to fabricate, install and commission the largest oil manifold station for Shell Petroleum Development Company. It's also the first indigenous Nigerian company to successfully execute pipeline repairs using cofferdam, a temporary structure designed to keep water and/or soil out of the excavation in which the structure is built. Oilserve remains the first indigenous Nigerian company to execute repairs on pipelines while in operation. A major player in Nigeria's emerging gas sector, Oilserve is working on another big gas distribution project known as the Greater Lagos Phase 4 project. The project was conceptualized to aid the distribution of gas from Bonny Camp in Lagos Island to the Independent Power Plant project on Victoria Island in Lagos State. Transversing land and water, the Greater Lagos project was one of the most challenging projects yet.
We did phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and we're on phase 4, where the concept is to move gas from the mainland to the island. So gas is going from Ijora to go to Lagos Island and to Victoria Island. So at the stage now, we are actually at the last segment. The challenge of this project is not that it's a big as per scope, but the environment is being done is a challenging. Like it's a built up area and traffic issues, and there are 3 river crossings, 2 are major. And to cross those in under constrained environment is a challenge, which we are the first to do that kind of river crossing, whereby you have to avoid obstacles, left, right, on the existing boats, the Eco Bridge, and then the proposed Lamata Bridge. We have to drill in between. So that is a major challenge. And currently, we've delivered segment 1, its gas is flowing through it. We delivered segment 3, we're on segment 2. And the segment 2, the only outstanding scope now is the HDD, which currently now we are at the remit stage. In a couple of weeks, we'll pull back, and then we pre-commission and hand over the line.
Looking to spread its tentacles, the company's vision is to become an integrated oil and gas company. Oilserve is currently operating a number of subsidiaries poised to fulfill its objectives. France Oil is one of its subsidiaries.
What has happened over time is that we realized that the EPC business is growing with number of competition. And of course, we can't remain static. And we looked at areas of diversification, and that gave rise to these subsidiaries. One aspect we looked at was the E&P business, exploration and production. Now, we're entering that business in a different phase using the company called France Oil. It's a subsidiary of Oilserve. And basically we're looking at not necessarily operating, but having acreage and developing those acreages and then give it to operators to run.
We're operating in Republic of Benin. We own and operate Block 3 in Republic of Benin, offshore. We also have taken portfolio investments, and we have companies like Midwestern Oil and Gas and Aeroton, where we own some percentages of that, purely on portfolio basis. We do not operate. And we are at this moment negotiating to buy a producing asset in Nigeria to be able to grow.
Gradually gaining entry into the power sector, Oilserve operates a subsidiary called France Power, a microservice project that looks to deliver power where needed.
It's a company that has been set up to take advantage of all the possibilities existing in Nigeria and beyond for gas utilization. And gas utilization for us, the primary aspect we are concentrating on is power generation. Now, we have looked at the entire value chain, and we have noticed also that in Nigeria, because of lack of distribution network for gas in terms of pipeline, you have possibilities of, for example, of establishing power plants, small-scale power plants, far away from where you have pipelines. The only way to do that, if it's economical, is to do virtual pipeline system. You can do mini or micro LNG, and then also you can do compressed natural gas, which is CNG. That is an area we have set up France Power to take advantage of. As we speak, we have signed a few agreements to be able to deliver power, deliver gas to power plants. We've also signed up to be able to be the first company within Nigeria and Africa to develop what we call micro LNG and beyond. And then the main thing there is nano LNG, where you can move LNG with trucks and then have a system that can compress in small units and is movable. So nano LNG, we are the first to be introducing that in Nigeria. We're still in that process. Frasmes Engineering is purely an engineering company that covers entirely from front-end engineering to detail engineering, as well as project management. Frasimex has been existing since 1995 also, so it's not a new company. But Frasimex actually complements what Oilserve does in EPC.
Crown Energy is a mining company also run by Oilserve. Looking to diversify from oil, the company runs an agricultural arm called Excel Farms.
In Nigeria today, a lot of focus is on this monoproduct called oil. Again, credit to our chairman. We've seen that the Nigerian population is growing by the minute, and this population will be fed. We cannot rely on imported food products. And the concept of developing a farm and actually participating in that actual cultivation and partnering with local farmers. The concept is directed as the cooperative arrangement, where we'll partner with the local farmers, even help them in giving them high-yielding products to cultivate. And during the harvest period, we then gather the harvest and process them. We're looking at cassava with the intention of processing cassava into ethanol oil. Then we're also looking at tomatoes and processing them. We actually will build a refinery for processing tomatoes into tomato paste. So that's the direction we're going. We have a partnership with an international organization that will assist us in developing this concept into full production facility. That's what Excel Farm stands for.
With the dip in oil prices, the question on how oil companies and servicing firms remain operational in the sector remains.
What keeps us going is quite a few things. One is having good knowledge of the industry and not being just a fly-by-night company, so to say. Having deep knowledge means that we have clear strategies to deal with the highs and lows. Nobody wants a low, but when it occurs, you should be prepared for it. So it's about our management style, it's about hedging, it's about also, over these few years, we've managed to also expand into other areas to balance our portfolio. But most importantly, is not to overtrade.
Oilserve has the ability to weld and lay oil and gas pipe and flow lines ranging from 2 to 56-inch diameter. The company has executed projects worth several $1 million across the country. The company's vision is to be an integrated oil and gas company going public in a few years' time.